This is the fascinating world of binary options. This is Music City Trader. I am right here adjusting the camera, getting ready for this podcast because in this episode, I'm going to show you that I just cleared $2,000 in my binary options account, and I've been climbing steadily and steadily, sometimes dangerous, sometimes not. But today, it was the day I broke 2,000. Let's get right into the episode. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. All right, right here it is. And I'm going to show you my screen, and really we're going to just talk about this because it's been hard, and I wanted to just kind of use this episode as sort of a, celebration episode. Also, just give you insights on what I'm doing, and for me just to remember this, because I want to look back at this, and I'll bring up my trading sheet and everything here because it's been rough. I mean, I started this journey here all the way back on my chart here on May 1st, and we are actually today we are on August 19th. And August 19th is right here. This is what I cleared, August 19th. Actually, I'm only supposed to be on $883. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here and show you guys what I have. I have 2,000. I think it says I have 2003. Let's look and see. Let's make sure. 2001. Okay, 2001. So $2,001. I'm going to not use the cents, but 2001. And I'm only supposed to be on my climb up here. I'm only supposed to have a trading account of 883. So now I'm kind of thinking like, I don't know. I've really been kind of pushing, and sometimes I get a little bit dangerous. By dangerous, I mean, I might leverage a couple $100 of my account, and that's more dangerous than my stop loss is typically sitting at more like, let's see, my stop loss would be 8% of what I'm trading on, which would be $70. So it's getting up there, but it's still been kind of hard. I have since May or April. Looks like I started April 1st. Why did I put my chart up here in May? Anyway, I don't know why I started April 1st, but May 1st is when I started. It looks like I started with $78, and I went down here, and I did blow my account a couple times in this early day. I got up to 400. I think I blew my account here. I loaded 200 here. My first starting 30-day climb, 2% up hard stop. I blew my account again. I got up another couple $100, blew it, loaded a couple $100. Okay, I loaded 100 a couple times. And then that's it. And then August, we're putting this August 19th, and we're going to put in that we hit 2,000. So since let's see, since July 24th, where I had 871, and now we're at August 19th. So I've made about, what is that, $1,200 in that time frame without blowing my account or doing anything like that. Okay. And I did kind of mark the red parts where I blew my account and started over. Either I started over where I was, or I started over. The point is, I've just kind of started over when I had to. But I've been sort of creating my trading strategy as I've gone along, and I've been climbing up pretty steadily. And so what I want to do is not blow my account again, because I don't want to have to start reload that much. And I wanted to get above. I've been going on. I might be leaving town for a little bit, so I wanted to get ahead. So I started getting a little more aggressive, and I wanted to get ahead. So I did, and I am. I've taken some aggressive trades, which can cause you to blow your account. But I've been kind of holding myself down, not getting so emotional about it if I lose, because I've created multiple strategies that help me not be super emotional. So you can go to binaryoptionstradingstrategy.com. You can get the strategy book, and the strategy book is pretty cool. It's right here on the website. You can get this. This is for winning positions. This talks about all the different strategies that I have, and I actually show you guys, the different strategies I show you all the different, like 22 different strategies that I've used. And I think that basically this book was just all the strategies I've been using for like 2 years to try to win. Putting them all together is how I'm winning now. I'm not using one single strategy. And I think that's probably a part of the downfall that I've had in the past is using one single strategy. If I use one single strategy, then I tend to like mess it up or lose or something. The chart that I'm following though is Binary Options Power of Compounding, and you can get that chart too. It looks a lot like this. I think it is exactly this chart right here. And then you can keep your notes. You got a stop loss. That's the hardest part of this right now. I've got more money than I need, and I'm having a hard time stopping at my stop loss. I mean, I'm not stopping at my stop loss. I'm using that upper $500 of my account to eke out these wins. And like today, I was able to win $150. So, or earn, or whatever you want to call it, win, eke it out. I eked out 150. It got a little dangerous, but I kept kind of compounding up to the $48 trade, and I lost it a couple times. Then I doubled it a couple times, lost 2 of them. That was a pretty big hit. And then I took a $100 trade. I think I might have lost that one too. And then, or maybe I won that one, but I was kind of down. I took a $200 trade to kind of get back some of the losses, and I won it by a hair. So it was a little bit of a hairy session, and that's kind of what I want to kind of get away from. So this coming week, I'm going to be working on a financial strategy to leverage this money in a safer way. Right now, I'm kind of like I said, I'm kind of leveraging the top $500 of my account in every session. So if I have a really bad day, I probably will lose $500, or at least, unless I get emotional and lose more. And maybe that's okay. I mean, but not really, because I'm not pushing to make that much money per day. So I'm kind of still working out the math, and that's what I'm going to be putting in my new book, which is going to be called Hack the Math. It's really the math strategies. Trading strategies, this is actually all about trading, where to take your trades and how to read indicators. But I want to write a book on how to hack the math using compounding and using the trading sheet. That's really the way that I found out how to do it. And Todd and I have been talking just over and over and over again for 2.5 years, every single math idea. And so at this point, I've got sort of a pretty good math idea. I only have to win 2% a day. And if I win 2% a day, this is really where I think where you could win in binary options. If you just go for 2% a day, you could even start at $100. I think I started at $100. And if you do this for a full year, even if you lose sometimes because you have a surplus, you get to the end of the year and your actually daily growth of 2% becomes $2,700. So you have like over $100,000 in your trading account. That happens over 1 year. And I'm excited about this day because this day is really important to me. I mean, I'm not, maybe because I just broke at 2,000. I've never had that high of an account. I've worked my way up there. It's been hard, but it's day 111. So I'm a third of the way through this. If I just keep my cool, and that's kind of what I think I'm going to do over the next couple months, is keep my cool, because when I try to push for really high gains, I have to leverage the top $500 in my account, or $600 even. And it just feels dangerous because I don't want to lose $500. But if I keep this safe and I keep my stop loss at 8%, so I can lose about $70, and I compound up with $2 and $3 trades, I can win $2. Like today, I really only had to win $17. And you just step up one day at a time. And if you lose, you're going to lose 50, 60, $70, and you're going to have a surplus. The surplus is the biggest thing. I'm going to teach this in the Hack the Math book. So if you guys are listening to the podcast on Spotify and iTunes, on YouTube watching it, you're going to just go to the binary options trading strategy or musiccitytrader.com and look for the new book, Hack the Math, that'll be coming out next year. Look for this book and that book. And then I kind of started this thing, and I'm not sure about this. It's called Hack the Math. It's a mighty network. It's a community. And I'm kind of excited about this because this is some place where we could hang out and talk and where you could be a part of it. It is a paid community. I think it's like $10 a month or something. But it's just because I don't want a bunch of hackers and spammers in there. I want to hack the math with a bunch of normal people. So you can actually join this, and basically nerd out with me as we're learning binary options and have a little trading community. I think that's really what it's more about. But I'm not even going to focus on that really too much in the next couple months. I'm trying to get my account I want to get up to date like 200 or 300. I want to get to Christmas and not have blown my account. And I think the only way I'm going to do that, people, is to use my stop loss and use it fairly. I mean, if I get to my stop loss in a day, I think I just have to stop and just say, okay, I'll come back and just reset myself, because the longer you trade, the more frustrated you get. I think that's kind of what it is. I think you just get more frustrated. So how did I get to a $200 trade? Is I took a $48 trade. I was kind of in a vulnerable position. The charts are moving funky today. And then I doubled it up and lost it. Then I took a $100 trade at the top of a resistance, because I was like, well, it's going to turn around. Kind of the what goes up must come down strategy I was using here. And it lost that trade too. And then you can see I took that 200, which got all of that back, because I was already doing really good, actually. This isn't a bad strategy. It's sort of a martingale, which I don't like the martingale. Then I started doing 3, 6, 12, 3, 6, 12, 3, 6, 12, and then I sort of just said, okay, I'm gonna hit it. I did. See, I won a 3, a 12, a 24, and then I hit a 48 and won it. So that was good. I needed a couple more dollars to get up to 2,000, so I took $2. I took a $2 trade, lost it, and took 2 more 2s. It was an RSI turnaround. Okay, it was what's happening right here. The RSI kind of touched and it jumped up. Now this RSI has already kind of broke through, but in general, we think this is probably going to turn around because that RSI is hitting there. So I have some strategies that I've learned that I'm leaning on, and they're kind of working. And the only thing is, I'm getting a little bit dangerous. So I want to try to stop this dangerous trading, stick with my stop loss, stick with the Romans 13 chart. That whole chart was based on the Bible verse and the idea of Romans 13. It says, when we make provision for the flesh by lusting, we give Satan an opportunity to defeat us. But we put on the Lord Jesus Christ and make no provision for the flesh. The point is, if you offer up your whole account to Pocket Option, it'll probably take it. If you think, I'm going in there, I have $2,000, I'm going to trade with $2,000, I'm going to make this happen, I'm going to push till I'm done, you're probably going to blow your account. And you can see these red lines here are me blowing my account throughout my process. But I blew my account when it was fairly at low volume. I started this at a very low, like $100. So if I blew $100, I just started over at that day. I was only winning $2 a day. It was a process. And that's what I've looked at this whole chart as, a process. It really isn't about the money. It's about the process. It will become about the money down here when we get more like down to the day 200 and 300 and 400. It'll become more about the money. But I'm a little bit nervous growing into these bigger numbers, because I know I have a tendency to just, leverage the large amounts of money that I have. So I'm going to be learning to get away from that idea of just, well, I've got it, so I'm going to hit it and I'm going to make this happen. I just want to start compounding more safely. Right now, I've been stacking trades. I've been stacking the compound. In other words, I've been winning, and then, see, this was one of those days where I thought, well, it's got to turn around. Today's Saturday. It's in the middle of it's at the end of the day Saturday. It's really not going to turn around right yet. It broke through, it farted around right here. And the problem is on this, you'd think, okay, it's going to turn around, and it's just going up. And this is where I've been losing with that what goes up must come down. I think I need to work on that strategy a little more and really only look for really strong points. If it's broken through and it's heading up to a place where I can't see another level of support or resistance, then I don't know that I'm going to continue entering in. I can find a chart probably pretty easily where it's already... and I can go back and see the what goes up must come down strategy would be something like this. It goes up, goes down, goes up, hits that, it kind of comes down right about down here. It got down to this level. If it got down to here, I would have called it again. But this is a line right here of support, and it got down to that, and I would have waited and called it for 2 minutes, and I would have been winning. 1 minute even. Yeah, see, this would be more safe because it hit this line. So, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and it turns around and goes down. When it hits a strong level of support right here, then, you could take your move right there, and you probably would win. But look, it's reaching back down here again. It's going to it's going to reach down there again. So you'd want to wait till it really hit that line or really got close to that line, because that's 1, 2, 3. That might have lost if you took too long of a trade. You know, it would be almost losing right now for 2 minutes. So I would take a 1 minute trade off the bounce, because now it's going to break that line. And then probably necessarily it's going to look for another support line, which would be maybe like this one. And it's probably going to try to go down to this one. But this is a chart today. Seems like a day where they're just sort of going and they're not stopping. So I'm going to be really careful about this, and not try to get too crazy with this, like pushing the martingale into these what goes up must come down strategies. It's just dangerous. So I've got to come up with that. In my writing of the book, it will be a lot of the theory of hacking the math, because the math will beat you. You will get beat by the math. You might win all kinds of positions and still get beat by the math. So, hey, thanks for listening to the podcast today. Thanks for breaking 2,000 and doing that with me. Remember, you can always go to binaryoptionstradingstrategy.com, buy the book, get the trading sheets, and even join my private inner circle trading community, Hack the Math. This is just going to be me talking about math and you know, even just having fun talking, hanging out, and encouraging each other, having a trading kind of not necessarily trading with you partner, but like having a trading somebody to keep you accountable. That I think is very key. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Happy trading.